Yo, what's poppin', guys, and welcome to another video. Today in this video, I'm going to be covering how to do enemy AI in a platformer-esque situation. So, to start, we are going to just start right off the bat. I'm going to remove the cat, and I'm going to name this project Enemy AI Tutorial. Okay, awesome. So what I'm going to start with is I'm going to start by making some ground, just some basic stuff, right? So we'll just make the ground black because, why not? I'll just do something like this. Duplicate, put it on the ceiling too. Nothing super special. This is just as an example. Okay, there we go. Then I'll put some platforms around. I'll do something like this, 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 that. There we go. Okay, very nice. So I'll just call this the level. Okay, awesome. And then all we need to do with the level is when I see the green flag, I'll zoom in a bit so you can see it as per usual. We'll just have it show and go to 0, 0, just so that it appears. And then boom, yay, look at that. Now we are going to make a player sprite. So we'll call this sprite player, and we'll make him a little blue square. Little blue square with a darker blue outline. We'll do like that big. Okay, boom. There's our player, little player man. So we're going to set up some stuff inside of our player man. So the first thing we are going to do is come to our event, grab a when I receive or when green flag is clicked, come down to your control, grab a forever loop, smack it right there. And then what you're instantly going to do is we're going to run a broadcast that we'll call reset. Okay? Now we will come down to our blocks and make a block that is called reset. I think that should work just fine. Yeah, just make sure we run it without the screen refresh. Okay, there we go. Run without screen refresh. Put the reset right there. All right. Hopefully you are understanding that. So majority of these blocks that we're going to be running are going to be, ran without screen refresh. So just keep that in mind. So if ever something's not working, make sure. So then I'll grab a repeat until and put it right in there, right underneath. Come to operators, grab a greater than symbol, put it there. We're going to make a variable, or I'm just going to rename this one, and we're going to call it die. Okay, we're going to put die in the first bubble, and we're going to put just a little blank space in the second bubble. Again, make sure it's blank. You can do that by clicking, doing Control A, and then just hitting backspace, and then just clicking off so that it is empty. We'll make another block called game, and we will click run without screen refresh. You'll put game inside of that repeat, and I'll put this little define block over there. We will then broadcast, and we will broadcast a tick to, watch some ticks. And then we will have to get the another block, right? And we're going to call a block. Oh, the thing paused. Okay, there we go. Whatever. So we're going to call it a block die, and this one you will not check without screen refresh. It's not necessary on this one. So die, and then put die right underneath, just like that. So now what we will do is we will start defining our reset. So underneath our reset, what reset basically does is, whatever happens when you reset, right? Makes pretty obvious sense. So what we're going to do is we're going to start by clearing any graphic effects you may have. It's not necessary. I like to put it in there though, just because it's a new block I found out about. Well, it's not new. It's been there, but I just learned like in detail what it does. So I just kind of like to smack it on there now, even if I don't need it. We'll come to our variables and we're going to set some stuff. We're going to set an x, a y, an xv, and a yv for x velocity, y velocity. You get it. So we will set our x to, I guess, wherever we want our guy to spawn. So I'll just put him here. So we'll set our x to -204. Duplicate. Now it will do y to -119 in my case. Again, that's just wherever your sprite happens to be. We'll duplicate XV, our X velocity, to 0, and our YV to 0 as well. And then we will set our die, we will set our die to a blank, just a blank. And then we will obviously want to show. There you go. There's our, our reset. I'm going to define our die since it's very easy. All you need to do for die is come to your control, grab a weight, and do something like 0.5. You can mess around with that number. 0.5 just seems fine. And now we'll set up our game. And our game is where we'll set up our very basic platform engine. You can do something far better. I'm just going to do something pretty basic. So we'll do change YV by -1. And then we'll come to our control, do if key left arrow pressed. We'll do our change and do change XV by -1 because we're going left. And then same thing but with right arrow and changing XV by 1. Okay, great. Then we will set XV to go to operators, grab a multiplication, put it in there. Come to your variables, grab XV, put it in the first bubble, and put a 0.9. See how that works? Again, you can probably mess around with that if you really need to. And now what we will do is we will need to make a new block, and we will call this block change. Actually, I like that capitalized. I normally do. Change X by, and then we'll put in an input number just like that. And then you will also, on top of that, want to make sure that it is running without screen refresh. So just like that. Number of text. Oh my goodness, I'm actually an idiot. No. Make this XV. Your X velocity. Make sure it's still running without screen refresh. Okay, there we go. I'm actually kind of stupid. So you'll grab this change X, and you'll see this little empty thing. And you will grab your XV and smack it right inside. And then we will change, and now here's where we're focusing on our, Y position. We just focused on our X here. So change Y by -2. Again, you can always putz around with these numbers if you really want to. We're going to make a new block called position, and this will just, tell us where our character is going to be going, right? Again, run it without screen refresh. Okay, let's just smack position here, because position, let's just define it real quick, is just going to X and Y. Go to X and Y. Just make sure we're always in the correct area, since our movement code isn't actually going to technically move the character. It's just going to tell us where we should put it. So kind of interesting. So anyways, you'll run your position. Then we will make a new block, another one, called change. Oh, whoa. Change Y by tick run without screen refresh. Click on this. And make sure you are changing it by YV, and then okay, there's your change by YV. We're just going to put it over there for now. And now we will change Y by, go to your variables, grab YV, put it right there. Okay, now we will tick our position again, just so we move to our X position. So it's going to do that, tick to our X position, find our Y, tick to our Y. So very nice. So we are going to come back to this in a second after we create our enemy. Now we're going to come up here to these change X and change Y. We'll do change X first. So basically in change X, what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to change our X by XV. Drag it just from this your block. Okay. And then it'll gauge our position, so run position. And now we will want to come to control, grab an if, put it right there. Very nice. Come to our sensing, if touching our level, right? What we are going to do is we are going to come to control, grab a repeat 12 times. We are going to change Y by 1, gauge our position, and then we are doing, if, come to operators, grab your not. If not touching levels, you just go ahead and duplicate that and put it in there. You will stop the script. Stop this script. Okay. Now we are going to come to variables, grab a change, put it underneath this repeat 12, just like this. And we will change our y by -12. Very good. Gauge the position again. And now we will come to control, grab another if, put it underneath right there. If touching level again, we will grab a repeat until, put it right inside, just like that. We will duplicate this not touching level and put it in there again. We will grab an if else and put it inside. After that, we will come to our operators, grab a greater than and put it inside this bubble. We will come back up, grab our XV bubble, put it in the first one, and then greater than 0. Come to our variables, grab a change, set it to change x by -1, or else change x by 1. And then we will also want to gauge our position right after that. So this goes right underneath that. This goes right underneath that if else. You put the position right underneath the if else, and then put that inside the repeat. And now we will set our XV to 0. And again, this goes right underneath the repeat until, which goes right inside this. Okay, perfect. There you go. That is our change X. Now we will run our change Y, which is a little shorter. So we'll start by changing our Y by YV. Okay, going to our position, or gauging it, as I've been saying. Come to our control, grab an if and put it inside. We will do if touching level, right? We will grab a repeat until, put it inside. We will grab our not touching level, put it right in there just like that. We will grab an if else, put it inside. We will grab our greater than symbol again, drag our YV bubble inside, and make 0 inside of the second bubble. Come to our variables, inside of the first if, change y by -1, or else change y by +1. And then again, gauge the position right underneath of the if else. And then set our YV to 0, and that is right underneath the repeat until. And then there we go, that is our change X, that is our change Y. So again, we're going to come back to this game one in a second. But before we can do that, we actually have to create our enemy. So I will do that just by grabbing the costume of the player, putting it in there, calling this guy AI. And then I'll do some little bit of decorating, just a little, and a darker red for its outline. There we go. So you can sense the two. We'll have him maybe start up here. Yeah, we'll put him there. So now this guy has his whole set of things that he does. So let's start off by gauging some few things. So when I receive reset, we're going to make a block under. Okay, we're under AI right now. If you couldn't figure that one out, we are going to have our reset thing, and again going to run without screen refresh. Okay, so perfect. That's one thing we have to gauge. Right now we should not duplicate. Let's not do that. Let's come to our events. Grab a when I receive, and we'll check our tick. And when we receive tick, we will set the AI's game. And what the AI's game is, it's very similar to what we already have. So just run game, and then click run without screen refresh. And then smack the game underneath of our tick. That's all we'll do for now. Let's set up our reset real quick. So with our reset here, we're going to make stuff specifically for it. So we'll do X, and for this one we'll tick it for this sprite only. Actually, just to make sure that it's a little bit easier for me. Hold up. Whoa, did I just mess something up there? No, I didn't. Okay, we'll do AIX. Yeah, we'll just do that. AIX, AIY, AIXV, AIYV, and then we will do a one called limit, and we will tick for the sprite only on that one. Okay, so underneath our reset, we will set our AIX to, again, wherever we want it to be. So in my case, it's 127. And again, you can check just by looking right here. And then duplicate AIY to be at 120. What is that, 9? Yeah, 129. Okay, we will then set our XV to 0 and set our YV to 0 as well, and then set limit to 0 and then show, and then there's our reset. Now to start setting up our game is when things get a little crazy again. So game, we come down here, do change YV, okay, and we'll do this by a -1. And then we're going to need to gauge the position of the enemy, because again, we're not technically ever moving the enemy, we're just telling it where to go at all times. So we'll come down to blocks and make a new one called position and tick run without screen refresh, and we can quickly set up position pretty easily again if you remember how to do it. Come to motion, grab your go to, and you'll go to AI X on X and AI Y on Y. Anyways, back to seeing what game does. We will obviously gauge the position. And now here's where things get a little bit crazy. We are going to come here and we're going to grab an if. Okay? And again, don't feel intimidated by this. If you're new, this stuff will make sense as you continue to do Scratch. Anyways, you'll grab a less than symbol. Okay, you come down to your variables, grab your limit block, or limit bubble, I guess, put it there. I like to call them bubbles. I don't know why. And then I'll put a 5 in the second bubble. Now we will come to our control, grab an if, and put it inside here. And we will grab a greater than symbol, come to our variable, grab XV, put it in the first bubble, and put a -7 in the second bubble. Now we'll come back to control, grab another if statement, and put it inside of that one. Now we're going to do a bit more of a complicated kind of function. We will grab a greater than and put it inside. Then we will need to grab an abs of, put it in this bubble just like that. Then what we will need to do is grab a minus symbol, put it inside of the abs. Okay, then we'll come to sensing. We'll grab this backdrop number, and we will do AIX of our player. I think is what you want to do. And then we will minus it by, not X, AIX, excuse me. Right. And then we will make it less than, or greater than 20 technically. There we go. Just like that. Nothing too bad. Why is it on X position? No, not X position. That's, no, that should be fine. I'm guessing it should. I'm guessing it just changed how it looked a little bit. Okay, whatever. I remember it always being, whatever. It's not that big of a deal. So, we will then do, no, that's gotta be wrong. Hold up. Oh, I'm dumb. Okay, here's what I did wrong. I just fixed it, but basically it's because all of the player's X stuff isn't specific to its own variable, because it can be called upon by anybody. So what I did is I made a new X, right? So remake all of these things. So if you have developer tools or Scratch add-ons, this is going to be super easy. If not, you're just going to have to switch out some stuff. So I made a capital X for player X. Go ahead and make a capital Y, and make sure you're ticking for this sprite only for these. So again, we have XV for this sprite only, YV for this sprite only, just like that. And then you can see what I did here is if you have it correct, you can click on this and click swap and sprite, and then choose the name of the sprite. So for example, my Y's, I'll do swap variables and sprite, and I'll put a capital Y, and it'll go ahead and fix all those for me. So for this XV, I can just take here, go XV, and it swaps all the XVs, YVs, switch it for a Y, uppercase YV, and then there we go. That fixes everything. Yes, and now in AI, I can call upon the actual X. Okay, I was going to say, when I was doing this before, I could see an actual X, and I didn't know why. That's why. Okay, pretty simple fix. Sorry for that little mix-up there. Anyways, now you put an if-else statement inside, and we will run a less than symbol and put it right there. We will grab our X and put it here, right? Because this X is our AI X. No, it's just normal X. Or get rid of these old ones that you were using, just so you don't confuse yourself. Where are the two uses of XV? Hold up. What is this XV for? It's just random XV. Get this XV out of here, first of all. Get rid of these Ys and this YV. Yes. Okay, hold up. Okay, I just had to fix all that for myself. So after you deleted those, if you did, and you didn't mess this up like I did, go ahead and fix what you messed up here, right? AIXV, and then, oh my goodness, whoa. AIXV, AIYV. There, I fixed it. I fixed it. I fixed it. Okay, I'm very sorry for that mix-up there. Just put AIXV there. Yeah. Yes, okay. That's better. That's better. That's the fix. Okay, fixed it. Fixed it. Saved it. I saved it. Okay, we're good. We're good. So, come to our sensing. Grab this of again, this backdrop number of. Select player. And then choose the X of player. And then do AIX. Okay. Come to our change. Do AIXV by -1. Or else AIXV by 1. Okay, awesome. Underneath this, we are going to come to our control, grab an if else. Whoa, put it right there. And now we're gonna make something a little confusing, just a little bit, not super bad, but just a little bit. So come to our operators and grab an and put it right inside, just like that. Grab an equals, put it inside of this first one, and grab an equals and put it inside of the second one. Now, inside of this one, we're going to grab this round block, put it inside the first bubble, and put a round block inside of the second bubble, and then do the same for the other side of the and, just like this. Now, we'll put AIX in this first round, and then we are going to need to make some new variables. We'll call this DataX. Tick for this sprite only. Make sure you're in AI when you're making this. Okay? And then you'll make a DataY for this sprite only and run it at the same time. Did I not just make those did I not just make... What the? Data X for this sprite only. Okay. Data X already exists. Okay, where is it though? Is this whole thing gonna explode in my face right now? What? Okay, wait. AIX. What the heck? Data X for this sprite only. Okay, there we go. Now it showed up. Whoa, weird. That was really weird. Okay, and then AI. Oh, that's YV. Nope, just AIY. AIY, and then make one data Y for this sprite only. That was really weird why that didn't show up for a second. That was weird. Whatever. We will change our limit by 1, or else we will, I'm getting Discord pings, sorry. Else we will set limit to 0. We will set data X to round AIX. And we will set data Y to round AIY. There we go. Now, we will need to grab an if then. So come to control, grab your if then, put it right underneath. Right underneath, excuse me. Come to our operators, grab a greater than, put it right there. Come to here, put your limit in the first bubble, put a 5 in the second bubble. Grab a change, do your change AIY by -2. We will want to gauge position. Now we will come into control and grab an if, put it underneath your position. If sensing touching level. We will then repeat until. So grab your repeat until. Where is it? There it is. Repeat until. Grab your operators, not touching level. We will change our AIY by -2. Change our AIXV by -10. And again, these numbers can be messed with later. These are just a base that I'm going to be using. We will set AIXV to, come to operators, grab your multiplication, put it in there. grab AIXV, put it in the first bubble, and I'm going to copy what I did before, which was 0.9. Again, if you change one, you should probably change the other just so they're even. And then I'm going to do change AIY, that's AIYV, excuse me, AIY by 2. Now we will need to make these epic blocks again. You guys love these blocks. Don't you just love how many there are? Don't you just love it? Okay, well, the first one you're going to want to make is a block called, you're going to recognize this one, change X by. Make sure you tick run without screen refresh. Grab this, do a little input number box, and grab yourself, and I'll say, should we just do XV again? I'll probably just do XV again. Actually, it probably doesn't even matter, honestly. Nah, we'll do XV. Just to keep it similar. What the? XV. Okay, yeah. Just to keep it running how it normally does. And then we're just going to right off the bat make the next one. Change Y by, run without screen refresh, add a number input, YV. Okay, and then we'll call upon those later. But before we do that, let's finish up what we're doing here. So we will change our X by AIXV. And then we will gauge position again. Great, that's that. Come to your control, grab your if, put it right underneath everything. Operators, grab your less than, come to variables, grab your limit, whoa, put it in the first bubble, and put 5 in the second bubble. Inside of this if statement, we'll do a set AIXV to AIXV times not 0.9 again. Now we will change X by AIX. Or excuse me, no, AIXV. Excuse me. Just like that. We will then change AIY by -2. Gauge position. And now we will run another if statement underneath. And what this if statement is going to do is we are going to tell it to go and if you are touching the level and grab a less than symbol, come to your variables, grab an AIY, put it in the first bubble, come to your sensing, do of, your backdrop number of, change this first one, or change it to player first, and then grab Y. Now do set AIYV, whoa, 212, change your AIY by 2, gauge position, and then change Y by AIYV. There you go. That is your game physics. So now we'll set up this change X and our change Y. We'll set up those now. So we'll do change X first because it tends to be longer. So what we'll do is we'll start by changing AIX by XV, gauging position, and we will come and run an if statement. Move this a little bit. Move it around, make it look a little bit nicer. If we are touching the level, we will, this is going to look familiar. Repeat 12 times. We will be changing our AIY. Sorry if you hear people talking, by the way. There's people in the office below me, and they're very loud. I'm sorry. We'll gauge position. We will... I'm sorry. They were getting really loud down there. I just wanted to wait for them to tone it down a little bit. But now we'll continue. So, sorry. Where we left off, we were doing this. Okay, yes. It's been a bit. It's been like half an hour. I'm sorry. So I'm a little bit having to get back into it now. So we put an if right under here. Wait, we're on... Yeah, we're on X. Okay. And we will come to operators, grab a not, and we'll do not touching level. And then if you remember from when we did it in player, we will do a stop this script. Okay. Underneath the repeat 12, we will come to our variables, grab a change. Change AIY by -12. Then we will set, excuse me, AIYV to +12, gauge position, and then we will grab an if statement. If touching the level, repeat until not touching the level. If we will go to operators, we will grab a greater than symbol. We will run the XV from our define block, and we will do 0. Now we are going to, okay, I am still recording. I don't want to like lose stuff here. So we will grab a change and AIX by -1, or else what are they doing down there? Huh. Change it by +1, and then you'll gauge position right underneath that if else statement. And then underneath that, which is under the repeat, we will set AIXV to 0. Perfect. By the way, this is your jump right here. This is your AI's jump. So now we will set up the less complicated one, which is Y. So we will start by changing our AIY by YV. We will gauge our position. We will come to control, grab an if statement, put it there, run if touching the level. We will repeat until not touching the level. And inside of here, we will do if else. Come to our operators, grab a greater than symbol, put it inside. If YV is greater than 0, we will come down to our variables. We will change AIY by -1, or else change AIY by 1. Then we will gauge position, and then we will set AIYV to 0. Perfect. I think that should be, whoa, I think that should be everything. So now just to test, I'm going to run it. So we'll see our guy will spawn here. Okay, so we see that he does, you'll see that he follows like that, but for some reason he's not doing the other stuff. Let's figure out why. Oh, you'll see when we stop moving, he starts to move down. And then he'll go up. I think I might know why. Okay, I thought it had something to do with the walls that were on this. It did not. So I'm going to do some look, and then I'll figure out what it is. Oh, right. Also, before I forget, let's finish doing this thing first before I figure out what the problem is. Underneath your game and your player, come to controls, grab an if touching AI, come to your list, or your variables, set die to die. Okay. Yeah, just like that. Okay, let's do a test. Maybe that fixed it for some reason. Yeah, no, it didn't. So we're following us on X just fine. So now I have to figure out why he's not moving correctly. And why we can't jump, too. Because we can't even jump. Well, I figured out why we can't jump. I never put it in here. Am I that dense? Wow. Oh, whoa, I am just stupid. Okay, well, let me figure out where it needs to go. So we have this, which runs fine. Then our position gauges. Right here. We actually need to add in a jumping feature. Okay, so right underneath our position, or our first one, we are going to put an if. We'll grab an and we will test if we are touching the level and key up arrows pressed. We will set YV to 12. Then we will change Y by 2, gauge position, and then put the rest of it back on. There, now we should be able to jump at the very least. Okay, there we go. Yes, now we can jump. We can jump now. And if you see when we touch him, if I could actually get up and touch him. What? See, pauses, and then it resets our location. So that's what that does. and engages and resets. Now I have to mess around with the player, or not player, the AI real quick. Very easy fix. Come to your AI, check our game here. Put right here a change YV, AI YV by -1. Now he should be able to fall. Yes, okay, there he goes. And you'll see that he chases us around. And he'll jump when he needs to go upwards. So he looks very smart. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, how do you escape it? Yep. And now look at that. We got him. Got him. Yes, he will never catch us now. Yeah. There's your AI. Your very basic AI. But hey, it's AI. If you liked it, I'm forgetting my outro. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, then like it. If you didn't like it anyways, because this is some pretty cool stuff here. I always find it interesting messing around with AI and stuff like that. I always find it fun. While you're at it, I want to subscribe to the channel if you enjoy my content. That would help me out a lot. Check out my other socials, link in the description. Maybe you'll find something else that I do that you find interesting besides just Scratch. Because believe it or not, I do more than just this. Join Discord, link in the description. And join the channel if you feel like it. Not necessary at all. I just did it because I could. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. And I will see you in the next one. I can't wait to see what games you guys make with this. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you to Ikimi123. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.